Welcome to Forward Ever, Leading in Challenging Times, presented by Worth Wealth Management, a weekly conversation with area leaders about how to persevere during uncertain times. Now here's your host, Gary Shorman.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Forward Ever, Leading in Challenging Times. And one of the things you get to lead, and it's hard to believe how this has continued now in its 8th year. It's the Duck Derby that raises money for Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Our guest today is Jenny Bates. Jenny, good to have you on our program.
Thanks for having me, Gary. It's exciting.
Yeah. 8 years. Can you believe we've been racing ducks? And I say we because I've been involved, and
Yes,
obviously you've been involved. Can you believe we've been racing ducks for 8 years?
No, it's hard to think. People ask how many years has it been? I have to think, but 8 years. Yeah, we started this, and who would have thought we would still be here today getting to talk about it?
Are the ducks worn out yet, or are they still good to go for another
They're
race?
still good to go. We've had to get some replacement ducks, but overall, they're holding strong.
Yeah, if your duck sinks, that's not a good thing. So tell us about it. I know it's coming up. Tell us all the details. So somebody that's out there listening saying, hey, boy, I haven't heard about this, or I've seen the sign, ducks are coming signs, but I haven't bought a duck yet. Tell us about how all this works.
Right. So the Duck Derby is going to be August 9th. That's a Wednesday night at the Hayes Aquatic Park. It is a fundraiser for Big Brothers, Big Sisters that we started 8 years ago. And we get to dump over 5,000 rubber ducks. They're rubber ducks. Some people still ask us if we're using real ducks. We get to dump those ducks down the slide at the aquatic park, and they go around the lazy river. And the winner, we do a couple of heats and catch the winners of those heats. And then we do the championship race. And the first duck to come through on that championship race is going to win $10,000, which is really exciting.
It's fun to see the crowd that's there, because while the ducks are floating on the lazy river, they're just floating. And so there is some chance involved of having your duck win, but people get excited. Those ducks start coming around the corner. You do it so well and have the right people there. That I believe it's the sheriff's department that's going to be there to help this year to do that.
Right. So we have the First United Methodist Church, their youth group helps us kind of control the ducks into the lazy river. But then, yes, for that win, those top 10 winning ducks, because we're giving away 9 other prizes after that 10,000. The sheriff's department are kind of our security to carry those winning ducks back to where we figure out who the winner is.
So it can't be like Jenny or Gary winning the duck. That would be a little suspect if we did that. Yeah. So you have some other prizes to go. You have other prizes to go with that. What other prizes do you have? Do you have a list there?
Resurrection Vineyard has donated a wine tasting experience out at their place, and also they have new Airbnbs out there that it's a 2-night stay that they're giving for that with their wine tasting experience. Tire Lounge has donated their party for it's the insurance guys has donated their Tire Lounge. They throw a party for your 20 people, your friends, family, if you want to use it for a special occasion. Food and drinks supplied with that. Crawford Supply has donated a countertop griddle, and along with that is a $150 gift card donated by 2 Biggie Mates, donated by them to go along with that. We have an Apple iPad mini that Vive has donated. Next Tech has donated a robot vacuum. The Wild West Festival, we have 2 VIP passes to that next year in 2024. Walmart has donated a $300 gift card. The Fox Theater next door to us has donated 12 tickets to be used at any event through the end of the year. GA ticket.
Fun.
Yeah. And Breathe has a gift basket that they've donated with a club membership and coffee, and there's a lot of neat things that are in that package for that 10th place duck.
Well, they all sound like fun prizes to win, Jenny. Yeah. So how do you get your duck? Where do you go to buy a duck if you don't have a duck in?
Right.
I was looking around my office, Jenny, earlier, and I'm going, I've been doing this for 8 years and I don't have a duck in my office. How wrong is that?
Right.
Yeah,
we can get you a big one too, Gary.
Yeah. How do you get a duck?
So you can come by our office. We're on Main Street in the Chestnut Building on the main floor. Or you can go online, real simple, forkidssake.org/duck derby. And ducks are $5. or you can get 6 ducks for $25. We have 12 ducks for $50, and then 25 ducks for $100. So of course, the more ducks you get, the more chances you have to win. But for $5, you have the chance to win $10,000 or any of those other prizes.
So if you had like $25, could you buy a $25 duck that's faster than the other ducks?
No, we can't guarantee that.
Okay, there across the way in the other part, you have the lazy river with the duck derby. There's also the cardboard regatta, which
Yes.
there's some skill involved with this. There's also some energy and a sense of physical ability to paddle a boat. How's that shaping up this year? Are there any favorites?
I don't know. High Plains Baptist Church is coming back for their 3rd or 4th time of winning.
They've
So
won
I
it
don't know
twice, right?
Yeah. They've been able to name the race for the last couple of years. But we have 13 boats and businesses participating this year. Intersys actually has 2 boats that they're bringing. They're building. I guess they've got some engineers coming together to build their boat, but it's all out of cardboard and duct tape, and then they can decorate it however they want. They get into it. It's a lot of fun. Happy's Auto is back, Worth Wealth Management, High Plains Baptist Church, the Hayes Police Department, Kiwanis sponsors them, the Cloud Storage, High Plains Farm Credit, the fire department is going to be there, sponsored by Thirsties, as well as Thirsties has their own boat. Trust Craft of Kansas and Astra Bank all have boats in the race this year. So
Well, that's going to be fun, and that takes
yes,
place in the regular size
yeah, in the
pool.
lap
So
pool, yeah.
so we kind of go back and forth. We talk about it, but the excitement in that cardboard regatta is really fun to watch because people have put all their energy into
They
building
do.
these
These
boats, and then they
businesses and
bring
teams,
fans along, and so
yeah, they really get into it and do a good team building part of it as well. And they have a ton of fun. It's a lot of fun to watch. People are lined up around that pool cheering everyone on.
so it is a lot of fun, and so invite everybody to come down to the pool next Wednesday night, the 9th, and watch and have fun. Hopefully, buy some ducks and cheer the cardboard regatta on. But you don't do this. You and the team down at Big Brothers Big Sisters just don't do this for fun. There's some real need involved. Where does the money go?
So as I said and mentioned, this is all the proceeds from this fundraiser come back to Big Brothers Big Sisters here in Ellis County.
But why do they need the money? Why do they need the money? A Big
We
Brothers
are a
Big Sisters.
nonprofit organization, and we rely on donors, sponsors, these fundraising events. That's how we operate. We are a United Way partner agency. We do get some JJ funding, but 75% of our funding of our budget comes from our local support, from businesses and sponsorships and local donors. We have an amazing community that supports these kids that we're serving who need this positive person, the support, that big brother, big sister in their life.
Why does it take this much money? Because you guys raise money all the time. You're always talking about how you can, do that and get in touch and reach more kids.
Right.
Why does it take so much money?
So in order for us to be able to screen all of our volunteers and enroll the children and their families into our program, we have to have our staff here who can, our professional staff who can take care of all of those needs. We have 4 other staff here in our office who are serving right now. We have 160 matches here in Ellis County. So each of them are working one-on-one with one of those matches while it's together. And like I said too, when someone comes to us and wants to volunteer and become a big, there is a process that they go through with background checks and references and interviews. It takes about 3 to 4 weeks for a volunteer to get to the point where they're ready to match. And our staff is taking care of all of that along the way. And the same when a child comes to us to enroll, either their parent or the school or a counselor has referred them. We meet with the parent or guardian who they're living with. We meet with the child, and we're also gathering information from their school teachers and if they're working with any counselors, just so we can get a good picture of that child as well, like we do the volunteers, so we can make the best match for that child, so it can be the most impactful for them and a good connection and relationship.
Update me on volunteers. Do you need more volunteers as well?
We always have a need for volunteers. We currently have over 30 kids who are waiting, most of them being little brothers, but we do have little sisters who are waiting as well. In the summertime, our referrals tend to increase, so we've had more get on the waiting list. This week we've been at enrollment and back school enrollment and backpack for kids, and we've had some new families come and show interest that they want to be involved and get their children involved to have that extra support in their life. The kids are, there's just some different struggles, things are going on that are different than it used to be, and kids just need another person in their corner to help them through those and guide them and encourage them.
One of the things that's so rewarding is and sometimes they'll be a part of some of the events you have, but kids that have been through the Big Brothers Big Sisters program and they've made it through and now are successful.
Yes.
And many times because of their big brother, big sister that helps keep them on the right. There's some real rewards for a volunteer to jump into that.
Definitely. That relationship is so important to those kids when they get started in the program, that even if they're not still together through Big Brothers, Big Sisters, we hear many stories how they're still connected in their adult life. And it's rewarding for us to hear as well, but I know it's so impactful for those kids who, a big helped them, talk about college or what they wanted to do after high school, and maybe took them to some college visits or helped them fill out some of that paperwork that's required for that, or applying for their first job, the application process to all that, just being there and supporting them through that. The other day we just had a duck order come online from a big sister who's now in her 30s, but is wanting to give back and support because of how it helped her in her life. So
those are the fun things. And you know what?
Yeah.
You can participate by being a part of this event coming up on August 9th. Jenny, hang on. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to come back and I'm going to ask you two questions. One about the kids duck race, because there's a special kids duck race.
Yes.
In addition to the other ducks that are floating around the pool, there's a kids, and remind everybody again how they can adopt their duck so they can possibly win the $10,000. Back with more after this.
The most successful investors are those that can keep their emotions in check and take a longer-term view at what portfolios will be worth 3 to 5 years down the road. I'd say that's the most important in determining what investor outcomes are. Market corrections will continue in the future. We've seen many of them over the years, only to see equity prices rise higher, and that'll be the case in the future.
Worth Wealth Management, enhancing lives and strengthening families.
Welcome back to Forward Ever, Leading in Challenging Times. Our guest today is Jenny Bates, and Jenny is the area director for Big Brothers Big Sisters, operating here in Ellis County. The duck race, the big duck race, you've seen the signs, is coming up on August 9th. Jenny, there's one part that we haven't talked about, and those are the kids' duck. There's some baby ducks.
Right.
How does that work?
So because in the big race, you have to be 18 or older to be able to qualify for that. We have what we call a duck dash, which is a race for kids that we have separate prizes for. So anyone under 18 can have a duck in that race, and Midwestern Pipeworks helps sponsor that. And they also sponsor all of our littles having a duck in that race too. But those ducks are just $2. So your children, your grandchildren, you can buy a duck for them as well. And we have 30 prizes that we give away in that duck dash race. The first place being inflatable rental from Grand Rental Station. They've donated that every year for the duck dash race, and it's a popular good one. McDonald's gives us they give away a Happy Meal every week for a year. Someone gets to win that.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like fun. I could even win that.
I know, I wouldn't mind that. The Precision Valley donates a 2-hour party rental. The Pit donates a 2-hour party rental. So just things that kids would enjoy. Hayes Academy has a $50 gift card. The Aquatic Park, we have a pass for next year, a pool pass for next year for a lucky winner. Sternberg family membership, a bowling night at Centennial Lanes. Just lots of good stuff to be given away in that duck dash for $2. So.
Well, Jenny, I hear there's a lot of businesses supporting this, helping make this happen. I know we at Eagle, Schmidt Foundation, Marianne and I help with this. So somebody out there can also just donate to Big Brothers Big Sisters to help with this. But if you want to adopt a duck, one more time, where do you go to adopt a duck?
forkidssake.org. And that's the number 4kidssake.org/duck derby. Or you can come by our office on Main Street in the Chestnut building. We're happy to help. We love
Can you
having
do it
kids.
over the phone if you
Yeah,
can't make
yeah,
it
if someone
down?
wants
Is
to-
there
Mhm,
how
if
do they
someone wants
find
to
your
call,
number?
785-625-6672. And we can definitely help you over the phone.
And you have a website do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, yeah, we have Kansas Big Brothers Big Sisters serving Ellis County, or we also have just a Hayes Duck Derby Facebook page too. That's a lot of fun to keep up to date.
So I know typically we get a chance, those of us that are out there participating, to go down the slide at the end. As hot as it's been actually thinking about going down the slide at the start. Are you ready to go on that?
I don't know, Gary. We'll see.
The
I
old
always end
we'll
up.
see thing.
I
Mike
know. I think
Holliday-
you're always saying, but
Yeah,
I
Holiday's going to
enjoy
be
it.
helping me. He's going to be there. We're going to figure out. We'll figure out. You better be prepared to go down the slide.
Yes,
Because with Holiday
sure.
there, how can you say no?
Yeah, right. I know. I'm
Yeah.
excited to get to work with both of you to this again.
You're in trouble. Hey, Jenny, thanks for joining us today here talking about the Duck Derby coming up on August 9th. Hope you can be out there. Or if nothing else, make sure you participate by buying a duck and supporting Big Brothers Big Sisters of Ellis County. Jenny, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Our guest today, Jenny Bates, who is the area director for Big Brothers Big Sisters. I'm Gary Shorman. You've been listening to Forward Ever, Leading in Challenging Times, brought to you by Worth Wealth Management, where you can live with confidence. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for joining us for Forward Ever, Leading in Challenging Times, presented by Worth Wealth Management. Join us right here next week for another episode with host Gary Shorman. Until then, remember to move forward ever, backward never.